Hey YouTube, MrRampro here, and right now you're looking at the Becker BK11, and you're going to notice obviously it's a little bit different than what it is when you buy it. If you're familiar with the blade when it comes stock, you can look it up on Google or anything like that, you'll notice it has a little bottle opener and wire brake and all that other crap back there. Well, I don't use either one of those things, so I went ahead and quickly fashioned some handle scales. Not sure the type of wood I used, found it in the garage, decided to go ahead and use it, stained it up, put a coat of polyurethane on it, and it still leaves me with pretty good texture. It's still in the end of the drying process now, but you wouldn't believe how much better this knife feels in hand just with having some kind of meat to hold on to. The blade blank you get, it just looks like that, a blank, completely unfinished, and not really like a knife I'm kind of proud of. I wrapped it with a cord. I didn't really get a good feel on it in my hand. I've got the stiff kiss, the CRKT stiff kiss with the cord wrap. It does feel good. It's like a self-defense blade, I wear it inside the waistband on the holster and everything, and it seems okay. But this one here as a user just didn't lend itself very well to me at all. So went ahead and added the scales to it, just epoxied them on, and added the coat of polyurethane, stained them with a darker stain. It didn't come out. I think it was like a golden oak or something like that the stain color was. You can see that I got a little bit of a crack here in the drying process. I tried to apply heat to make it dry faster. Didn't really work, but it didn't chip off, so we'll leave it, see how it works. So don't use a heat gun or an oven like I did in my case, a little work oven, and try to do it. It cracked it a little bit, but it's alright. But overall, the fit in the hand, the form and function of the handle, way better than what it was beforehand. So I really like it. The way I could have sanded it a little bit more, but the way it kind of looks a little distressed and everything gives it a little bit more of a custom feel, something I did to my blade and make it better kind of thing. And just looks a little nicer and feels nicer, and something that now I can add to my EDC rotation and feel better about it. So, pretty cool. I'll go ahead and show you too, with adding this, your Kydex, whatever material they used for their sheath that you get from it, doesn't really fit. The blade fits in there fairly deep, so I ended up cleaning it out, and let me find a little log to stab this into. We're in the backyard right now. This is part of the burn pile, and here we go here. I don't know if you can see that there or not. Sorry about the glare. I'm going to have to walk back over to the shade, but you can see here where the lips, I'm kind of free-handing it today, so I don't have two hands free. I took the Dremel tool, put a sanding wheel on it, and I trimmed it out a little bit, and you can see that contour. It'll be more prevalent when I get in the shade. And added a clip. I didn't spend money on a clip. I took a clip off a cheaper knife I had, and I just bolted it straight to it, drilled another hole, added a little, what do you want to call this, a little grommet, I guess, like around all these holes here. And let me go ahead and move to the shade so you can see all that. There we go. And here's the case here. Just put two screws in here, two little nuts, and you can see how the profile works on your belt there. Kind of clip under kind of deal. It does take a little bit. This is almost like you'd have to slide it onto your belt loop, almost like sliding it onto a belt loop instead of clipping, because that clip is kind of high, but that's alright. And this doesn't really lend itself for inside the waistband or anything like that, but it does work fairly well, so that's alright. Apologize for the thumb. I'm going to go ahead and clip the blade in and show you guys what we've got now. There we go. Okay, you can see now kind of how I've reprofiled the edge. I don't know if that's really showing up against my hand or anything. And by the edge, I mean the edge of the Kydex holster itself. It now fits in and gives itself a little bit more space. Normally it has like a wide mouth, so you can aim and get it in there. But I've taken that, rounded it out a little bit, just to make it fit a little better. And you'll see what I'm talking about. If you do add handle scales, and they are a little higher, I would have had to bring the handle scales back down to about where my thumb is, or the tip of my thumbnail, and it would have, you know, slid in there and locked in place. But I liked having the bigger scales on there, so that's what we went with. But now, in a rotation for a fixed blade EDC, I think it lends itself fairly well now. And you can clip it under, kind of like what you would do a pistol underneath your coat or something like that, and kind of keep it hidden. I've also seen a couple other mods out there, and I'll do a couple of those. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag just yet, but I got a couple more mods coming out for this thing here, so this is just stuff that I've worked on the last couple of days, and figured I'd shoot you guys a video about it, and here we go. And that's the K-bar Becker necker, you know, the combination deal they did, and works out pretty good. This is more of like an overview versus, you know, weights and blade lengths and all that kind of stuff. But overall, go ahead and drop that out of the way. Overall, I think we turned out pretty good. So the Micarta scales and all that kind of stuff you can buy over the internet, you're like $30 plus shipping and all that, 27, whatever. Not really worth it in my book, not for what I wanted. And I saw that they still left the bottom part exposed, where you saw the bottom, the bottle opener and all that. Well, I didn't want it exposed. I wanted it completely covered up. Now I've got a butt cap. I did leave a little bit of a hole here, but that's all right. It's just a good place where I can save all my dirt, so that's good to go. Anyways, Becker necker, BK11. That's about as good as I'm going to get, I think, with the focusing on that there. This is on my cell phone, so we'll see how this turns out. Anyways, I appreciate you watching, guys. Thanks a lot.